everybody, I hope you're doing well today. All right, it begins. I've got fretboards to sand. I'm going to sand up 10 fretboards because we have 10 students. So that means I'll have 5 for next year, so that's great. But I figured I would just make a video showing it and chatting with you a little bit. I'm going to be using 220 grit sandpaper. So when we're dealing with these fretboards, one thing you want to keep in mind is do not sand the back at all. Okay, that is going to be where it's glued down onto the cardboard. So obviously you don't want to mess with that at all. So all I'm going to sand is I'm going to sand the head nicely just to get the rough edges off of it. I mean, it's not rough, but I'm just going to make it a little smoother. You can build this straight out of the box and play it and be fine. But we're going to just make it a little bit nicer. We're going to sand down the head, and then we will sand just a tiny little, we're just going to take the edge. Just take that edge off just real lightly, and then sand the top surface real lightly and get them nice and smooth. And then the end piece we'll sand just a tad. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna be doing because class starts Monday. We're gonna build these on Monday together. And I wanted to just go ahead and get them sanded and oiled, and I'm even going to attach the tuners. That way, all we're doing on Monday is painting, and while the paint is drying, I'm going to show them how to place some things on the stick before we glue it down. Show them some simple things like how to tune it, how to use their tuners, and that sort of thing. But I hope you'll join me. And I'm drinking a Diet Mountain Dew right now. Grab you something to drink, get you a coffee or something. It's already almost 9:30, so I'm way past coffee time. But we just want to get these nice, yeah. I'm also gonna, the oil I'm gonna use is teak Watco oil, which I've found is very nice. So I will use the Watco oil on these. And I'm so excited about this class, you guys. I cannot tell you how cool it is. I'm going to have permission slips that all the parents have to sign because I will be taking pictures and videos, and so that I can, update you guys. But I'm also going to have them sign the permission slip because we're going to be performing in December. And we are going to do our annual Christmas dance and Christmas party that we do. We're going to do a little song, at least one, for that. So I'll have to get a permission slip going on that. But I actually hope to perform some other places too throughout the year. We'll see if we can make that happen, because that would be really neat. I just got back from Florida at the Endless Dulcimer mini camp, and that was a blast. I taught Dulcimer that day, and it was a lot of fun. All right, now I'm going to come down and just take the edge off just slightly off of the corner of each side of the fretboard. Just take a minute. And again, it's not that the kids can't do this, and it's not that they wouldn't enjoy it, but we're only meeting, we're meeting every other week for the majority of the school year. So we're not meeting every week. So I don't want to lose any precious time that I have with them to teach them to play, okay? Now, I'm going to be providing them with tab sheets and everything as needed. But I'm also going to be teaching them how to play by ear. And I'm also going to give them their own category on my website so that they will have access to all of my mountain dulcimer lessons. And I think that's really cool. And I'm so happy that I have that available that they can do because, you know, we're only meeting, like I said, every other week, and it'll be nice for them, for those who want to go ahead and move on and do some of my other lessons. All right, you don't have to scratch the screen, Tigger. Yikes. I took just a little bit too long to open the door for him. But anyway, that's going to be a lot of fun. And, oh yeah, that's so nice. So nice. Beautiful day here. Woke up this morning, it was 62. I love it when it's starting to cool off. So nice. All right, then I'm just coming down here and gonna sand this scoop out and the edge over here as well, of course. And I'm just taking that edge off. I'm not, you know, I'm not going crazy with it. Just taking that, oh yeah, nice. So nice. Now, one thing I'm going to do, one thing I plan to do also, I've got them straps. Had a really good deal on straps on Amazon. So I've got them guitar straps coming. And what we're going to do is we're going to take an eye bolt. And on the end of the fretboard where the pins go in at the bottom, just a slightly off center, we're going to put in a little eye bolt there. That way they'll easily be able to attach the strap. And then on the other side, we're just going to have, we're just going to tie a loop to the end of the strap. That way they can take it on and off, adjust it however they want. And these straps are adjustable too, which are $2.99. And these are a decent strap. I mean, I can't even buy rope for that, I don't think. You know, and you can't even hardly adjust rope very well. And you always want to sand with the grain. So the grain's going like this on every fretboard. And you always want to sand that direction, okay? So if you're building one of these, just keep that in mind. Just a light run through. And we've got a little air compressor, so I'll just blow them all off real quickly before I oil them, you know, to get all the particles out of there. But that one's ready to go. So one down. Let's see, one little spot there needs to be touched up. I hope that you will enjoy these videos that I make. I'm going to try to, you know, keep a good record of everything and how it goes in our classes and everything. It's going to be a lot of fun. Super excited. Now, I do have a question for you, and I invite you to please put your comments below about this. I have really thought a lot about this before I made the decision But I'm going to start them out in DAD tuning. Doesn't mean I'm not going to teach them DAA. I'm going to do that eventually, but I'm going to start them out in DAD. And that kind of goes against what everybody says you should do with kids. But it's really a matter, it's only 3 notes different. Okay, so instead of our scale starting at the 3rd fret on DAA, we're just starting it with our open string. And I don't think that's hard to understand. I really don't think that's hard to understand. So I'm going to just get them rolling right away in DAD. And you tell me what you think below. If you think that's a good idea, a bad idea, or what have you. And I will teach them DAA as well as other tunes. But give me your thoughts on that below. It's what I have the most material in, and so the first songs that they'll be doing obviously are simple nursery rhyme type songs. On day 1, we'll just do a nursery rhyme right away, and then I'll tell them to please at home try to learn some nursery rhymes or anything they would like by ear, and we'll start talking about the ear right away because that's so important. And I'll probably also, even on that first day, give them some simple numbered tab, and it won't look like our tab. It'll just be, just the horizontal, just the vertical lines with the numbers in between, 2, 2, 1, 4, for them to strum all the strings. So we'll start with the very simple tab in that form, and we'll work our way up from there. But give me your thoughts below on all that. I'm definitely, that ear is so important, and I really, really want them to work that. Amber the other day, oh my word, you won't believe this. Okay, so she plays piano and has been taking piano lessons for 1 year. In June it was 1 year, so just over a year now. And she's learning to read music, but she's practicing a lot. She's really putting a lot into it, and I'm so proud of her for that. But so she hears me playing dulcimer all the time. She hears me playing dulcimer, banjo, everything all the time. And I had a cardboard dulcimer out and was playing it, and she came down and she grabbed one and she said, "Can I play something on it?" I was like, "Of course, you can play on anything that I have at any time." And she'll grab anything off the wall and mess with it. Okay, so she sits down. Okay, and this is how good your ear can be. Okay, she sits down, and I kid you not, she picks out 90% of a song in under a minute and is playing it. Now, she's not sure where to put her fingers, and her strumming's, not the best. She just picked it up, okay? I mean, she's literally only strummed it 5 or 6 times before, okay? She has the whole song in under a minute. And then I say, "Oh, can you do another one?" And she goes, "Let me think about stuff you play all the time." And she goes, "I don't know any of the names." Of course not. Picks out another one. I kid you not. She sat there and picked out 5 songs in a row. Almost perfectly. Just by ear. And I'm not saying this to be saying Amber is some sort of music savant or something. She's not. That is the power of ear training, okay? When you have a melody up here that you've heard a lot, you can put it on an instrument. And especially when you're just going up and down your scale on one fret on that melody, you can really do it pretty quickly. So it was absolutely amazing. And you know, people that I've known lots of people that will play for years and never train their ear. And when they start it, they're so frustrated because they can read tablature fast, and you know, it just frustrates them because it slows them down a little bit. But I promise you, if you will just work your ear, oh my Lord, you can go so far with just playing by ear. And you really, once you get the hang of how it works, you can really progress a lot faster as well. So anyway, I'm not even done with 2 yet. And this is taking 16 minutes. So I'm probably not going to keep you on here for all of these. I don't want to bore you to death. But maybe I'll fast forward some and give you the chipmunk voice. In our house, we will be starting school next week as well. And Amber is in the 10th grade. Wowzers. I can't even believe it. But so what do you think I should teach them as their first non-nursery rhyme song? Put that in the comments. I'm thinking something like, let's see. I'm thinking something like, Go Tell Aunt Rhody. I'm thinking of simple things where the verse and the chorus are the same. Just as the first couple of songs type of deal. You don't want to give them something that's really difficult. You want them playing and hearing that they're playing a song really quickly. At least that's my idea behind it. I like to get people playing just as fast as I can to where they can recognize the song. And there's some pretty wood here. I like that little sap line. You want in? Nope, you don't. Okay. Another thing I really like about Backyard Instruments is that they put in fret markers. Now, they don't put them all in, but they put in what you need, and that is really awesome. And it helps to teach you. And I'm also going to ask the kids, well, the dulcimer that I'm going to show up with, and I'm going to have several sitting there, several cardboard dulcimers sitting there, that have stickers on them, the numbers of the frets. And I'm going to give them the option, of course. I have the material, and if anybody wants it, we'll put it on, and I'll help them put it on, because they don't have to have it, of course. Some of the older kids might not want it, but they might want it. It doesn't hurt to start out with a little helpful aid, especially at that 6.5 fret. It can be a little confusing for you. So why don't you, if you've listened this far, thank you. But if you've listened this far, why don't you tell me down below how long you've been playing the mountain dulcimer? I'm always interested in hearing that. I've been playing now for 12 years. And I've missed a couple years in there too, where I was busy and didn't even own a dulcimer and had some medical problems. And so I'm probably, if you added it all up, I'm probably around about 9 years of playing. And I want to say too that my playing has only gotten serious the last 3 years. And what I mean by serious is where I would play by myself prior to that, and I had no specific practice schedule because I had no reason to play the dulcimer in groups or at church or anything like that. Now I'm doing all that, but so I've gotten serious with it. And when I say serious, I mean playing a lot. I don't mean 30 minutes a day, okay? I mean a lot more than that. I've gotten serious with it the last 3 years. And really the last year, I've gotten just another level higher of serious with it. But anyway, let me know how long you've played. And another thing, you know, if you want to let me know if you play with anybody else. If you play in a group or with your spouse or a relative, a friend, a neighbor, something. Let me know. That's so interesting to me to find out everybody's experience. And there's a lot of players who, so I don't want you to feel alone if this is you. There's a lot of players who play by themselves and don't have any desire to play with anyone else, and don't have any desire to jam or anything like that either, and that's perfectly okay. You know, of course. I always have to qualify everything I say with, and that's perfectly okay. Because I run into people that I don't know if they're hearing it from an instructor or where they're hearing it, but they hear things and they'll repeat them to me and I go, what? You know, this is your journey and you do it however you want. And whatever brings you joy, that's the way you should do it. If you want to play heavy metal dulcimer, play heavy metal dulcimer. I recently interviewed Sam Edelston on the Folkcraft channel, and he plays all sorts of music on the dulcimer. He plays chromatic, he plays regular diatonic, he plays electric, and that's what brings him joy. So, and he also plays the old time songs and fiddle tunes too. So he does it all. And don't ever feel like, and this is something I've not said before talking to Sam really, and I should have. Don't ever feel like you can't play any style of music on the mountain dulcimer, because you can. You can play anything you want. It's got strings and frets. You can play anything you want on it. And you should. So. I just got a chromatic dulcimer from Backyard Instruments. And ordered it from Dave, and he's asking me what color I want, because I just ordered the one that's fully made. I'm making all these. I didn't want to mess with it, but I found out that he makes the chromatic. He doesn't even have that as an option on his as a drop, you know, as an option where when you buy it, but he'll do it for you. And what I love is it's this shorter fretboard that I like. So I said, yeah, give me the blue, and ordered it up from him, got it in. I love it. And I will be exploring that. And I've already made some tabs for it and I'll be putting lessons out on it because it's just so much fun. And because you don't really find much of anything out there for chromatic dulcimer. You know, I've only found a couple of books out there that are for chromatic, and then they don't even do a lot of songs. So just because it's not that I necessarily wanted to get into, this one's dead. I'm gonna just get a new one. Well, let's see, I've got one more area. Just because I didn't really want to get into chromatic or anything, and I didn't want to teach it or anything, but I don't know what it is. If I get an instrument, I'm just automatically going to tab stuff out because it's not, I've figured out how to tab finally after all these years and how to do it properly and kind of quickly. So I might as well tab it. And I figure if I'm tabbing it out, I might as well put it on my website for the folks who might be interested in, you know, getting one down the line or something, or starting with one. And I'm even considering putting out a beginner course with it because, you know, there's people, and I don't understand why this is not available, but there's people who start with a chromatic dulcimer. They don't start with a diatonic. So why wouldn't you have beginner material for them that shows them how to play this thing? As if they've not picked up an instrument before, ever, or especially another dulcimer. All right, we've got 3 down, 7 to go. What I'm gonna do is end the video because we're approaching 30 minutes, and I don't want to just sit here forever talking to you. You'd probably be bored to death from that. So, I thank you so much if you had anything to do with getting these kids these dulcimers. I just really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It warms my heart to know there's people out there that care, one, about people that have no relation to them at all. They care about the next generation coming up, learning this beautiful instrument. You know, not only learning the mountain dulcimer, but being introduced to music. And, you know, it's just such a beautiful thing, you guys. Thank you so, so much. It's just amazing. So I've gotten all the kids' tuners, very nice Snart tuners that I love to use. Got them tuners. They were all sent, I think they were all sent an extra set of strings. I hope they were. If not, I will be buying them their first set of extra strings. And I've just ordered them straps, and I've got to go to Lowe's and get paint and a couple things for Monday. And yeah, I'm just super excited to do this, and I can't wait for it. So, all right, I hope you enjoyed this video, even though there's no music in it. But I hope you enjoyed this and came along, and I hope you'll come along for the journey of this, because I'm going to document it. And I'm not going to document everything, of course, but I will be documenting things about this. And I will also be encouraging all the kids, if they are able, I'm going to be encouraging them to start their own YouTube channel. And, of course, that would be up to them and their parents if they're going to make any of their videos public. But I will encourage them to make one and make them all unlisted if they don't want to make them public, so that they can document their progress, because I really believe that that is very important, especially for beginners, so they can just look back on what they've done. So I'm going to leave you with that, and I hope you have a beautiful, glorious day. And I always want to remind you that Jesus loves you. Bye-bye, y'all.